And we're live? Maybe?
Question mark?
I think we're live.
For the third... Oh! My phone's telling me that Wargamergirl is live.
Yes.
Woo.
And it's actually working on this screen now. The actual one that I said it was going to go to. So, you're welcome. I think I figured it out. Which is the worst setup ever.
Pretty much the worst. That's alright. So, now that we're here, I think we can see comments.
Yes, we should be able to now. After one of these days. One of these days I'll figure this out.
Just blame Isaac. Do I know Isaac? Who's Isaac?
I've no idea.
Isaac Asimov?
Valhalla. Switch past you here again. Alright, so since no one heard the first live stream.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Chris Isaac. That's different. His first name isn't Isaac.
Oh, okay.
But I blame him anyway.
Okay, so.
Hello from
everyone.
Germany.
Welcome.
Well,
Thank
hello,
you
Germany.
to everybody who's hanging out. To do introductions real quick, we've got Thomas here.
Hello.
Painting
I'm painting
up
orcs. I have one of my orcs up there
Yes.
who's mostly painted. He's not done yet.
Yeah, you can.
But after I finish this guy, I'm going to grab him.
Oh, okay. And then we've got Flo, the painter Flo, which is who has been seen many times on my channel, either in person or just on with your minis. With stuff you've painted.
Or in Space Hulk.
Or in Space Hulk.
Or in Space Hulk. It's true. And I was actually going to ask, but I'll get around to it. And then DJ, because I wasn't going to ignore you. Painting best Marines.
Yes.
With fingernail polish.
Yes. Which is awful.
Legitimate.
Are you using a real brush to do that?
Yeah.
Alright.
I didn't bring my junk brushes. It's alright. I have another one down there that's never been used.
Right. So. I am so sorry for all the hiccups I'm having with the stream. I don't usually get a lot of time to prep everything before we start, and so, we get to deal with that. All together, I am painting, to get back to roots, I am painting some Cadoran models. Got a Grey Lord Forge Seer here, we've got Sorsha 3, Man of War, it's fine. Anyway, they're getting done. So, question for you all, and yes, hello. I met Isaac at Adepticon. He was skinny. Thanks. Okay. Well, we'll blame him. That's fine. Darn you.
You just let him know he's to blame.
Right. And hello from Florida. One question for everyone. What is your favorite wash and why is your favorite?
Like brand or color? Because I think Null and Oil is the universally best one.
I think Null and Oil is pretty well number one for everyone. Followed reasonably closely by Agrax Earthshade. And as far as I can tell, everyone's very happy with Citadel washes over most anything else.
No, wait a minute.
That's what I'm using.
Did you have some sort of wash for your little ghosties?
Agrax Earthshade I used on her.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was like a bluish.
No, that was a
Something.
technical paint,
Oh.
which is sort of, I don't know, a contrast paint basically. Like, I don't know the difference, but yeah, the Night Haunt Gloom or whatever, which is not up here. So anyway, what is everybody else working on? Are you guys painting miniatures? What are you working on? And yes, share with the group. Let's all get some minis painted together, because I know everybody knows you've got an enormous backlog. We all do. You have how many miniatures come in that Song of Ice and Fire box, Flo?
Good question.
400.
No, not that
Okay.
many.
I
But
think
I would
it's
have to
close
look it
to
up.
100 at least.
There's
It's
a lot.
It's a lot. Like if you buy that box,
There
or
are
if you went to
literally-
Adepticon and got the swag bag and got the box, you got a lot of miniatures. So yes, indeed. Paul is working on Hexwraith.
Ooh.
Shaband is in the currently in the process of painting, LEDing, and waifuing a repulsor executioner.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure we'll see it this year at Valhalla because he had all the really
So
cool
waifuing,
looking.
is that like the Night Titans?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly right. Painting Necron Command Barge. That sounds crazy. I think I might do some Battletech. Yay! We've got lots of Battletech representation here in Albuquerque.
Ooh.
Working on my Blood Angels Redemptor Dreadnought.
So there's a guy at Adepticon last year who, I guess a bunch of people put some Mech Warrior models on Thingiverse, but he printed them all out at 28 millimeter. So they're these mechs that are about that tall. They're like the size of Night Titans. They played on this really big mat. It's kind of cool.
This mini's got a little dusty. Wow. Putting together some Tempestus Scions and Imperial Guard Green Beret. Oh, nice, Illyrian. Are you going with for the regular guard? Are you going? Which chapter or doctrine are you going for? Because we just put together some Tempestus Scions, and then Kill Team didn't happen this week. But they're together, so they need to get painted. But then working on Catachan. Painting Daughters of the Flame. Those are pretty models.
No, wait. What's the story behind your Kill Team?
Well, I don't have their names all memorized, even though I got them all from major action movies. But, okay, so here's the story of my Kill Team. And it's not completed yet because I still have to write their backgrounds. But once I start talking about it, you'll know their backgrounds are pretty much already written. So, I've got the...
By Hollywood writers from the 80s?
Yeah. Hey, that's when scripts were good, okay? I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad about this at all. Well, here, let me just answer that real quick. So, my Catachan dudes have been out on a mission for like 2 weeks, right? So they've been out deep and maybe even longer, out on like covert mission, making their way, trying to get resources and whatnot. And then the Tempestus Scions sort of drop in one day and just commandeer the entire squad to do what they want. And so there's obviously like a battle of wills. And so I've got all the Tempestus Scions named after most of the characters from the Aliens movies. And then I've got my Catachan guys. I've got, Dwayne Johnson represented. I've got Arnold Schwarzenegger represented. I've got Dave Bautista represented.
What are their names?
I don't remember their names. So I already told you that.
Oh, I see those. I thought you meant their actors' names.
Schwarzenegger would think was Dutch, because that would be from Predator. And then... who else was there? Drago is one of them from Rocky IV. Because basically I was just looking for all the big guys from movies I like and throw them in there.
What was his name? Because you're looking at Universal Soldier, and he had like the cheesiest...
Like Jean-Pierre or something.
No. That was Van Damme. This guy's name was like Scott Adams or something like that.
Yeah,
it was
it was
Tony
very
Scott, or I don't know.
super generic.
It was a very super plain name. We were like, well, that's not memorable.
Samuel, welcome. Working on Tyrannid, Venomthrope, Neurothrope, and Zoanthrope. Those are hard to keep track of. Although, as a Khador player, with how you had named your warjacks, Destroyer, Demolisher, Decimator, Defenstrator.
Some synonym that starts with a D.
That involves destroying something.
Destroyinator.
Indeed. Alexandra, your last War Machine bat rep is 8 months old. Do you have another channel where you post bat reps? Nope, just this one. But it's been slow. There's been a lot of stuff going on. Once I actually catch up on the backlog, there will be quite a bit of content, trust me. Seeing everybody painting makes me feel an obligation to join in. Sorry, Cody.
That's right. This is a peer pressure stream.
Remir, working on Crucible Guard Rocketmen for my Leole's Resistance list.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, I appreciate that. They're cool looking models. But Leal should just give it up. Just saying. I did do Hudson.
They should just be what, Khadoran Irregulars? Is that what the Leolis should be?
Yeah, exactly. There were plenty of Leolis that were on the side of the Khadorans, and they did bring some stability. The books are written so, hatefully toward Khador, though. It's like, oh, all they do is just bomb cities they don't want anymore. Whatever. It happened once. Space Wolves. Yep, Miranda is a killer studio maker for making the War Machine bat reps. Thank you. It'll happen again. We are just going to make games that don't involve fighting over circles and rectangles. You need one named The Undertaker. No, I'm not reading your post this week. Well, good night, everyone. Have fun painting. Night, Joseph. Thanks for coming in. I don't actually have an Imperial Codex yet. I'm just winging it with my troops. Okay, Lawrence. Fair enough. Dolph Lundgren played Ivan Drago in Rocky IV. Yep. And he's one of my dudes. He's one of the Katashan dudes.
He also played Ivan Drago in the latest Creed movie.
He
In Creed
did.
2.
In Creed 2. I saw him with my eyeballs. My Death Watch. Yeah. What else would I see him with?
Seen it.
My Death Watch shotgun dude is called Doom Guy. The regular Bolter guy is called Jim Generic. Oh, Paul. I love it. Aliens. Try Aliens versus Predator. AVP rules.
Well, if he's Doom Guy, then that's Dwayne The Rock Johnson,
Like the game?
who played in the movie Doom.
Yeah, we had a conversation about that, and I decided I'm not acknowledging that movie. You're allowed to pick up your models if you draw.
But it's far.
Oh my gosh. Hey, all working on
it's farther than the rest of us.
Evocators on Dracoline, only AOS guy here. I had been painting a bunch of Underworld models. Undercity and Under models.
In fact, that's what
Underworld.
I'm painting right now.
Yeah, see, there you go.
My
You're not the only one.
Iron Skull's boys.
Write your own lore about your team, I reckon. I have a Dark Elder army that aren't evil. I use them as privateers to do the dirty work for my regular Elder. Uh-huh.
And you have to use quotey marks.
It's like asterisk. Alright, does this amazing Citadel model hold 40 millimeter?
Kind of does. If you want me to hold the little dude, and then you can... Oh, did you get him?
I did. I feel like he's gonna spring out of it. Oh gosh. So you need the XL one really to do this right. So,
It's
anyway.
terrifying.
I look forward to writing my lore, mostly because it'll be fast and easy. Alright. Well, what do we all do when we have gray models? Base coat, base coat, base coat. Unless you're an airbrusher and you're all like zenithal highlighting and all that. Yeah, none of that. Actually, have you ever airbrushed?
No.
Okay.
Well, not models, I should say.
Oh, right. I mean, you're like normal art stuff.
Just airbrushed the side of a van before. For the longest time, I thought that's all the airbrushes were for.
It's fair. I think we're going to move this over here.
You got the airbrush plexiglass for a bus stop mural.
Oh. It's kind of neat.
Acrylics on plexiglass is not fun.
There's so much.
I have zero familiarity with that.
Wow, way to
Plastic
not
on
silence your
plastic.
phone.
I silenced the little stream, but then I forgot to silence the thing.
But like it wasn't me.
Carl Urban is awesome and everything, especially Judge Dredd. Or I'm sorry, Dredd? What was the name
Dread.
of
It
that
was just
one?
called Dread,
Is
I
it just
think.
Dredd? Okay.
I think it was just called
That
Dread.
one.
He did do a fantastic job. He also made a great Bones. For any of you who actually saw the Star Trek movies.
He did. I don't know if his writer did.
No, I agree with that. The movie had many problems, but Carl Urban was fine. I mean, can't really blame the actors for that necessarily.
Not always.
Not always. Sometimes. Sometimes actors save a movie. Haven't seen that in a long time though. Anyway. I too have had to really separate my drinking water from my painting water. Well, you keep them on opposite sides.
Well, if you put a straw in one, then you know that you're either sucking the straw or you're trying to suck on the end of a brush. But at least you don't drink it. Or dip your paint in your drinking water.
I had a friend who in one of our art classes was eating pretzels while we were working on charcoal. Charcoal does not taste good.
Wow.
It's very clean, though.
Carl Urban was really good as Éomer in Lord of the Rings movies. Oh, yeah.
He's alright. Well, that's the first time. I mean, is that his real breakout film, right? Like the one that he became popular in?
Doom Guy was Carl Urban, and The Rock was Sarge, who was a boss in Doom 3. Okay, thank you, Paul. Oh, I love it. I want to paint. Well, come on, let's paint. Let's get some stuff. Bust out those brushes. Get those gray models out. Now, admittedly, I know part of the frustration in getting models ready is actually like cleaning up, assembling, and then priming them. We kind of cut ahead of that.
But you can do all of those things while watching this stream.
It's true.
It's great.
Well, priming might be a little hard to do while watching the stream. Just do it in your room. You don't care if there are toxic fumes.
Stream gets
Living
more
on the edge.
fun.
Since when did toxic fumes ever hurt anyone?
It's more colorful.
Hey guys, got a question. Which do you like painting? Fantasy or sci-fi fiction? Sci-fiction.
What about Full Metal Fantasy?
Well, I think that really falls under fantasy. You're still doing suits of armor, and you've got
And
some
robots?
steampunk elements. Yeah. The robots of Iron Kingdoms don't look like Night Titans or things like that. They're different.
The new Chaos thing in that box looks like a Crix model, though. What was that
Yeah.
one called? It's like a dreadnought looking thing.
Why are you trying to make me remember this? The one
Because
that
I
looked like an
can't.
insect?
Yeah, a little spidery looking thing.
I don't know. Creepy spider thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's its name from now on. Could be spider looking.
Creepy spider
I'm
thing.
pretty sure I'm not the first to point at that or refer to it only that way. You get around to it. Hello, everyone, and Miranda. Hi, Steve.
Alright, I'm gonna grab my other dude. I'm gonna swap him out for this guy. This guy's more fun.
Nice.
He's a Bad Moon evil son.
Have you seen The Boys yet on Amazon? As it happens, we have.
Just
Well-
talking about it.
Not you.
We haven't.
You sad people haven't.
No.
It's okay. So I'm sure I'm probably one of very few people who feel that way, but I actually really disliked the first episode like a lot.
Oh, the pilot? I didn't think the pilot was very good.
But it did have enough going for it that I wanted to see where it continued, and I was happy to have finished watching the series. Now, if you're looking for superhero stuff to watch on Amazon, The Tick is fantastic.
Oh my
Yes.
Fantastic. The best. I love it so much. But I actually haven't finished that series yet.
I have yet to see it, so.
Wow.
Well, that's kind of the story. That's how it goes for most things for me. Then again, a lot of models painted.
I'd like to go to Valhalla, but I'm a super noob. Is there any point in going if you aren't really good? Like,
Yeah.
good at playing? Because it's a super casual event. It's like not a tournament at all.
Yeah.
So the whole point is to just relax. And we've got a lot of Dungeons and Dragons role-playing stuff represented this year too. So there's a lot of people who are just going to be playing that.
Well, what
And
is
I
it?
usually bring a bunch of board games.
Dawnforge Cast is going, but also this year DM Scotty
Mm-hmm.
is going too from what is his channel?
DM's
Craft?
DM's Craft, yeah.
Might be better
So,
if you put.
That'll be
one
super
on
cool.
there.
But yeah, it's just super
Yeah, you
casual.
know.
So
Isn't it?
if you go to Valhalla, you can meet
That's-
me being Siobhan.
It's white.
That's
That alone is an experience.
still a glow in the dark.
It's very
You
true.
should just use white.
Very true.
But it's a test. It's not meant to be nice.
When is Valhalla
Let's
going to
see what
happen again?
happens.
October 6th to the 11th. So
Okay,
6 weeks.
pass me on.
Oh wait.
Yes.
Getting close.
Which one?
I don't
A
care.
base coat or?
Spoon. Yes, thank you. Everybody knows the spoon reference from Tick. I love it.
Hmm.
It's from the. Well, I remember it from the cartoon. And I watched that and.
Stop aging us.
Wargamergirl or something in between, like steampunk, arcane, magic, D&D. Oh, for painting stuff. I don't know.
Between steampunk and archaic magic.
Well,
Arcane
yeah,
magic?
I would paint steampunk over that, but I'm pretty like not picky when it comes to painting. If I like the model, then I'll just go paint it instead of necessarily needing to be a type, if that makes any sense. If that's still what you're talking about. I don't know. I plan to go next year. I'm a super casual player who cares more about model painting and would love to meet people. Well, we also have the folks from Creature Caster this year too, so they'll be doing some paint tutorials and hanging out with people. But yeah, the game room is, it gets used a lot. There's definitely people playing, but it's not designed to be like a competitive environment. It's especially perfect for people who just want to come in and they have this weird list they've been wanting to try or whatever. And yeah, go nuts.
Or they just have an army made out of titans and their waifus.
And their waifus, yeah. It's happened. They're very well painted, so.
And when Hunter shows up, I think there's just 24/7 Twilight Imperium.
Yeah, basically. A lot of Twilight Imperium. It's funny. Well, there was some. We brought Space Hulk last year. That got a painting. Oh yeah, I meant to ask you guys. So I can't remember who all did the painting for Space Hulk. I know it was not me.
I did. You did. I think even Donald helped out with it. He did base coating. It's kind of an assembly line.
Oh yeah. Okay. Because I remember I saw them recently because I was going through a game bag.
You did most of the Space Marines, and I ended up doing most of the Tyranids, I think.
Okay.
In the end.
That would make sense.
I mean, we worked on both of them, but...
Well, I think I'd gotten started on them before, like, we all were working on them, so I think I just started on the Space Marines.
Gotcha.
That's probably how that worked out.
Favorite Tick cartoon was Sarcastro, who had the power of sarcasm. Man, that show is so freaking good. The humor was so real, even though it was completely absurd. And it's not quite straight man humor, but it was like The Office mixed with superhero kind of idea, and oh my gosh, it just worked so well. When is the next Valhalla? Fall of 2020? I don't have a date yet.
Well, the Kickstarter is when you get in on it, so when is that?
There's this video stream with only 3 minutes of footage zooming around YouTube. Yep, that sounds about right because it ended up dual streaming me again. And I think I know how to address it next time, but live and learn, because
Well, it's one of those things you can't even test ahead of time. Because you're like, how do I test that YouTube is going to create an additional stream when I hit go?
I have an idea of why that happened. But these are things when you look at tutorials they don't tell you. Usually because something changes between whatever. My favorite Tick character was Hand Grenade Man. You need a vortex mixer right in the center of the room. I don't know what you mean.
We kind of have one. It's just real slow.
Wow. Lurian, Paul, green and purple is a great combo. You're not covertly Dr. Faust, are you? His dark elves were great green and purple group. Oh my. Umar. Bills. I already painted my Eldar Revenant metallic purple with aluminum trim. Took a while. I did it all with brushes. Wow. That's some time. Is everyone here referring to the early 2000s cartoon? Yes. The best. And that was about the time when the Earthworm Jim cartoon was out, and now Doug TenNapel created another comic that he just recently finished up on Indiegogo that I completely backed because I loved Earthworm Jim. It was great. So good. Isaac causes dual streaming, yep.
As we've learned.
Well, Dave, there will be, I'll have some video. I'm planning to have some video to share around from Valhalla this year if you are curious to see it.
Although, you can go on Mini Wargaming.
Mini Wargaming has stuff from Valhalla, that's true.
Yeah, look up their Valhalla things. Although, where's that battle report? You did a live one with Aaron. Is that on his or is that on your channel?
It's on mine, I think.
Okay. But yeah, go to Mini Wargaming on their YouTube and just look up the word Valhalla, and then you'll see.
It's true. It's true. So, Neef, hey there. You know, I still haven't found that July issue of White Dwarf. It has become...
It's sold out.
Missing everywhere. We even went to the proper Games Workshop store where I bought too much, and
no such
didn't
thing.
have it. Yes. Your wallet tells you when to stop. Usually when it's crying.
When it says uncle.
It says, you remember you have a mortgage, right?
By the way, if anyone wants to know how to paint orcs with Americana craft paints, you use festive green.
Because they're quite festive.
Which is literally why I chose this color. Because orcs are very festive.
They're very cheerful. Makes sense.
They are.
Cater which warjacks? Well, yeah, the scrapjack is awesome. I like your Cater scrapjack's the big one. Well, there's a specifically big scrapjack who is the colossal version of scrapjack. He got all grown up and he's still adorable. But yeah, he's also part house now.
He has that little the lantern that sticks out, so he's like a little anglerfish now.
A little bit.
Do you have black?
We have black.
No.
Just enough.
I have wrought iron,
Huh.
which is my leathery black color. But
I will be right back then.
okay, you go do
black.
that. You do that. Earthworm Jim. He's such a groovy guy. That's right. Is it he rockets through the sky? I can't remember the whole like theme song anymore. Patrick, hey, how are you and Kitty doing? Love it. What paints are you all using? Well, that is eclectic tonight. We've got craft paints, we've got Citadel, we've got more Citadel, we've got nail polish.
Yes.
We also have this, which I found at Hobby Lobby, which is kind of neat. It's like a wash. Somebody was asking about it earlier.
Ooh.
It's like a patina wash sort of thing. Actually works really well on miniatures.
It's not coming out.
No, that sounds awesome. Dan Medwin is
Oh.
in the house, guys.
It's frozen.
What?
I wouldn't even. It's Dan.
Long time no see.
Dan, how are you? Why is this so painful?
So now that cam, that's going through an Elgato, and nothing has been changed or unplugged. Like, since the last stream, right?
That is correct.
Because we had a whole conversation about that.
But all we do is fight.
But now,
Fight these things. Patty and Kitty say hi from the Northwest. Yay!
hey,
And Dan, I will see you in 6 weeks. He's gonna help me shop.
what is Dan doing?
What are you doing, Dan? What are you doing right now at this very moment in time? Oh my gosh, so many people. Night, gotta go. Bye, Bills. I probably said that way too late.
So he said, Dave Doggy, aren't 3D printers fiddly and require lots of maintenance? I don't know about the resin printers, but I have one of the FDM printers, and they're fairly just straightforward mechanically and kind of hardy. Like, it hasn't been tough to maintenance at all, but I hear the resin ones you have to, like if you go a couple of days without printing something, you have to just clean the whole thing out.
Now you have upgraded parts on your printer.
Yes.
So you did do that, but that's not.
But it was
Exactly
cheap maintenance.
maintenance.
It was like
It is.
$12 for a thing, or
So I've fallen in love with a new thing that I just discovered. 3D printer pens.
oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. I have just taken to watching YouTube videos of people making it. Someone made the Deku tree. Like,
Yes.
oh my gosh, it was amazing. And then someone
Have
made
you
like,
seen that?
Yes. Yes.
oh, did you? Huh. So would you sculpt awesome things with a 3D printer pen, Flip?
I mean, I could try.
For whatever reason, it seems like pseudo-attainable to me, and I may be just fooling myself, but the thing that kind of sold it for me especially was when you're printing with a pen, right? You have like these little squiggly lines and it's a bit messy. But then you take something like a soldering iron or wood burning tool, it's heated, and you can smooth out the surfaces. And I was like, sold, I want one right now. But I haven't bought one because I have to buy
Money.
other things. But
Because
it will happen.
It will happen.
Well, what was it? The Ziltech website has one for like $15.
It is really cheap. I just don't know if it's any good, and I haven't, checked it, maintenance wise, or I haven't done a review. I'm not gonna buy something like that without reviewing it first. Have you played with the contrast paints yet? I actually have not. Have you, Flo?
Nope. I have not yet.
I was gonna ask DJ, but then I realized she doesn't actually normally paint models, so.
I don't paint.
Yeah, tonight's a special appearance for DJ.
Yeah, but he buys all the paints. So.
Yeah, because why don't you want that box of paints? It's gorgeous. I could buy that and just look at it. Just be happy.
I mean,
So you're saying he's a paint philanthropist.
He just has me come over and use all the paints.
Yes.
Which I'm okay with because it means I don't have to buy them.
That's definitely a good setup. Sounds idyllic. Painting the K-doors red.
Making the K-doors red. Making the K-doors red.
All right, we need an update. Somebody give me a model to put on the thingy. Here, I'm gonna put my guy.
He's pretty much done.
Oh, is he? Okay.
I think so. Oh, careful.
Ah!
The black is still wet.
Oh.
There we go. Got his face finally.
What's his name?
Oh, his name is Big Mac Clutch Rocka. He's a big fan. Big Mac Clutch Rocka.
Oh, okay.
That's his name. He's a big fan of Neil Fallon.
Oh, well, aren't we all?
And he's made out of an ambot? Is that what it's called? Little Necromunda dude?
Yes.
Yeah. There's a fair amount of, whatever it's called, kit bashing that went on to make him, but I got the idea to make him from Adam, by the way. So, not totally original. Adam did the same thing. He mentioned, I was like, oh my god, I'm going to do the same thing. Told him to his face. And he said, that sounds cool.
Paul says, when you visit Warhammer World, your bank card just snaps itself in self-defense. Patrick, none of us have painted the contrast paints. I tell you something that suits contrast paints well, Seraphim. So just base coating is what I understand their strength to be. It's just quickly getting base coats in. But
Well, there's supposed to be a one time for everything. Like it's supposed to really get those darker colors in and then also lift up really well. So
yeah.
I mean,
it's like a wash and highlight kind of in one sort of.
Yeah.
When we were in Canada at Mini Wargaming, they were playing
Hi, Alexis.
40K Munchkin, and so they just
I've
had
got that,
a bunch
yeah.
of the Space Marines, and they just had each of the colors was just a contrast paint of just one coat of contrast paint and set it down, and one coat of the next color, and so each of the colors was the little game pieces.
That works out definitely. Space Wolves, Illyrian, they're awesome. We were talking to... I was really printing.
By the way, Storm Vermin are really cool looking.
But they're awful to fight.
Are they? And, well, not on the tabletop, huh?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm talking about Vermintide
Vermintide.
2, which is
Oh my god.
so fun. I love that game so much. All I wanted to do all week is play it, and I can't. Keep coming home, having to work on stuff, and doing all my chores, and then there's no time. I'm so sad. I want to play Vermintide all the time.
Oh, the woes of being an adult.
It's awful. I'm ready to retire. That sounds like the next part in which I get to act like a kid
So
again.
hit that donate button.
Help me not
Miranda
adult.
retire.
I don't want to adult. But yes, Space Wolf posted a bunch of his models on my Facebook page, so definitely check it out because they do look quite amazing. Dan finally responded, I barely played War Machine at all, and now they are expanding the Morrowind models, so now I got to play them.
Oh, I know. Those
Dan,
angels are so cool looking.
Are we fighting at Valhalla? Are we gonna have a proper rematch? The answer is yes, just so you know.
Just so you can get that question right.
Alexis is in the chat, or was, I don't know. But hi,
Alexis, are you
Alexei.
still in the chat? Give us a sign.
Storm Vermin. Oh, hey, I got 2 bucks. Thank you, Siobhan, for adding to Miranda's retirement fund.
Yep. You're gonna tire
Quit
on
and
that.
work tomorrow.
I am. It's on.
By the way, I just recently saw this and it's amazing. If you're familiar with the Nostalgia Critic, look up his video of when he quit his job.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because when he started making enough money on Nostalgia Critic,
Oh,
he
man.
went in and had a friend film it, and it was kind of fun.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to check that one out. I love
I'm
Nostalgia
curious.
Critic. Patrick, your kill team report was so awesome. We need more ASAP. Too bad we aren't there to film a game with you guys. Not yet, but next time you come through, we definitely need to set that up. And yes, I do need to get more kill team games in. Actually, we were talking about maybe a campaign. Do any of you folks who are playing kill team right now do the campaign rules, or have you done them? Because it looks a little hard to keep up with the resources, but I don't know, and I'm totally interested in giving it a shot. Come on, folks, don't fear contrast paints. I use them as shades, mostly depending on individual texture. Patrick, I painted up a bunch of gators with contrast paints, and they worked really well. Oh, I bet it works really good for a lizard skin texture.
That's a good call.
And Alexis is still in the chat. Yes.
Excellent. Yay.
Oh, by the way, Miranda,
Yeah,
I mentioned to my kill team friend John about our IG team. He says adding one Bullgren will massively sway
You have
things
such
your
a
way.
steady
I know,
hand.
but Bullgrens are they're I looked at them.
Something
I looked
expensive.
at them. I looked at them, and then I bought Scions instead because I was missing too much of my core. But they're probably the next thing to purchase. You are correct. Madeline, I've been wanting to get into Kill Team, but I don't have any 40k minis. What faction would you recommend for getting a first Kill Team group? Wow.
Tau.
It feels like Space Marines are always the easy answer just because there are so many points.
And they're really resilient.
Well, and
The
they're real cheap.
Reavers are good. Like what I played, the Black Templars that I played in my Kill Team report, actually, they were great. And it's not a whole lot of models. So the problem with something cheaper like Imperial Guard is that, you can easily get up to 18, 20 models.
As you
depending on your
discovered
stuff.
what, you can't make a 125 point list out of just catachans.
I can't do it. Not when they're 5 points a piece. You're like, oh, only one of them can have a boxcaster. So anyway, it kind of depends a little on what you like, and then a little on the play style. So if you already have a gaming group that you know plays, you might even try out some of their models if that doesn't freak you out or anything, and then go from there, just because a lot of them are going to play differently. Necrons certainly look super cool. Tyranids, of course, play really well. I'm sure Paul's a fan of them because you don't need a lot of those models because they're very expensive.
Orcs are the most optimistic of the kill teams.
Alurian, thanks for your comment on my pictures. I shared on your Facebook page too, by the way. I was stoked with how that Eldred turned out. Yes, you did a fantastic job. It was really quite impressive. Dave Dog, anything with textured surface will work with contrast paints. Flat surface is not that great, and that's where I imagine it looks more like a wash. Chronic Toast, why hello. Huzzah, after a not great day at work. Oh, I'm sorry. Time to paint some mech guns for Valhalla. Definitely an improvement. Definitely. Midweek painting, the week's stressful. Everyone's already had to be at work multiple days. Let's just paint some minis. Just,
Because that's not stressful at all.
Well, it's not for me.
Well, okay.
Not all of us are perfectionists. I'm like, oh no, I overspilled. It's a happy paint accident.
I'm painting the
Okay,
easy part
Bubbles.
right now. I'm painting all the rust that they're standing on.
Yes, you are.
And that's as you can tell from my little guy up there, that's my mantra, is that orcs are 50% fungus and 50% tetanus.
Well, welcome. I'm glad you made it. Toast. I think you need to come Coeur d'Alene, get out of the desert.
Sounds
come
awful
to,
French.
I don't know how to say the French word, but yes, wherever Patrick is, up north. Up north. Now I play Rogue Trader Kill Team. Wow. Alexis said it, so maybe you just have to do that. If you do the core Kill Team campaign, you will lose morale stupidly fast. My shop had to edit it. Huh. Interesting. +1 for Norn. Rogue Trader kill team has staying power. They certainly look really cool.
Yeah, they do.
Kiefer Bentley. Hey guys, how goes it? Welcome. How you doing? Cor Delane. Thank you. Like Coors beer. Okay. Yes, one of these days, get up there, visit. Promise. Just don't know when.
Might be
is
10
hard.
years from now, but it will happen eventually.
Yeah, see, that's on a long enough timeline. I can do all of the things. I just hope not to die of old age before then. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, we've had enough of your boring work. I'm gonna show off one of my earlier. This was done a while back, so that's my my man of war officer dude. He hangs out with the standard bearer that I'm currently painting, and he is just shadowy as all
Coeur
get out.
d'Alene.
I don't think I can fix that. Sadness. He's too dark. I used contrast to do tattoos and war paint. That works well too. Okay, fair enough. I'm just barely getting into tabletop gaming. Would playing Kill Team be a good start, and how do the Kill Team's Elite play any different? Well, I just learned that because I just got the Kill Team's Elite book this last weekend. They added your chapter / regimental doctrine / your order benefits in the Kill Team Elite rules.
Your Catachans have muscles again.
My Catachans are strength 4 again. Thank goodness. It made me so sad when I first made them and you had none of the special doctrine rules. But with Elites, you actually get that. And that's just an expansion on the current rule set. So it doesn't mean that you're playing like a different game at all. You can still play with the same models and just add the Elite rules on top of it, such as your regimental doctrine. Also, I think the new points value for that generally is around 125. According to the game store guy at the Warhammer store this weekend, he said he's seen games as high as 350 points, which seems excessive on a 22 by 30 inch board. But generally I've seen 125 to 200 is pretty normal. And so for Kill Team, with the Elites, it just allows you to bring some new models, like the Bulgrens for Catachan, a bunch of different... What did the Orcs get?
I think they got their Burnaboys and... Oh, no. Yeah, maybe it was Burnaboys, but they also got the Flash Gets.
Yeah, and so since those models...
And Knobs.
Right, so since those models cost, 35 points or something like that, it just allows you to still have a small number of models, but reach the points limit faster. And then it's theoretically balanced around that.
No, Burnaboys are in the first one.
That lad is a nugget. He looks great, though. Nice soldy with all the gold trim.
What do you mean?
Kador is not known for its subtlety.
I was just looking to see what you were doing.
That's a nice model. Oh, thank you. Hey, I don't paint often, okay? Not as often as I'd like to. It's been really nice. I do like the rotating section. Well, thank you, Paul. Lazy Susan with the motor? No, this was off Amazon. It's a legit what did they call it? It's for
Turntable.
jewelry. Yeah, it's a mechanized turntable. Super quiet. And I think it was for jewelry originally. And so we put a different platform on it because we need it to be bigger. And then we have stuff on it. It's been great. I love it. Mandragora, hey, I wish I could do this with you. I got a courier bringing me my Zombicide Invader pledge today. Gonna have
Nice.
turrets, robots, and chaos spawns to add to my army. It's not there yet. Wow, that's awesome. You can keep up with the Zombicide stuff?
I just got my first game when I was in California during that warehouse sale we went to.
Oh, you bought one? Nice.
Actually, my friend bought me one for my birthday.
Aw.
Aw, that's awesome. Nice War Machine models. How do you like the Oblivion book? I have not read it. I have not obtained it.
Yet.
Yeah, probably yet. I'm curious to see how Oblivion plays out because it's yet another mechanic, right? But it's interesting. The models certainly look cool. The concept's interesting with the idea of summoning monsters and them despawning mid-battle and such. Leafs are an add-on, but you'll run into models you've not seen. Chaos Berserkers for one, and I play them, and even I think they are terrifying. Yes. Yes, exactly.
Big sigh.
It's easy to lose track of what all needs to be read. It's like, you know, maybe I should have based, like, you're pretty safe just coding everything red.
I thought you were talking about reading, like the lore.
No.
No.
Do you guys have any updated status? Well, you're being more particular, aren't you? How's your nail polish painting coming along?
God awful.
Let's see what your dude looks like.
It's just tests, though.
It's
just
okay.
tests.
It's okay. We need to encourage DJ.
No.
It's his first time ever painting a model.
Encourage him by putting him on the spot.
Awful.
So, this blue space marine, is that a primer blue?
Yes.
It's just one of the base coats, Citadel base coats.
Yeah, I just sprayed it.
That
spray
looks,
paint, yeah.
that looks pretty good. What are you guys painting? All of the things. We've got Space Marines, we've got Song of Ice and Fire, we've got Orcs from Underworlds, we've got
And from
Fedoran
40K.
models, and some 40K.
I'm just doing them all at the same time.
So we're painting all of those things. Who are your guests? Why, we've got Thomas sitting here in the dark, and
Lurking.
painting orcs. We've got Flo, who has the painter Flo, Facebook, Instagram.
Yes.
Yep.
That's it. Okay. Yes. And then DJ
Yep.
painting for the first time in his whole life.
Yep.
It's so cute. So I haven't finished her, and I'm not totally happy with how dark the armor came out, but this is my old Sorsha model for Sorsha 3. So, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm starting my rust.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but it just looks like ugly yellow until it's all rusted up.
Yeah.
That's the problem. The color choice on the Space Marine works. Wash, magic in a bottle will cover up any concerns. Winky face. But is there a wash? Is there a nail polish wash?
Well, I
You
mean,
wouldn't really use that.
It's called acetone.
you just use any old wash over it.
It's true, it's true.
I just wonder if the level of glossiness doesn't let the wash adhere to it, if it just sort of beads off of it.
Nice variety. I need to get back to painting. I've been in build mode for a while. Yeah, and that's more of Thomas's forte.
This one too. He does all the building.
What have you been building, DJ?
Predators and aliens.
Hmm.
I literally just bought those models because I thought they looked cool.
That's fair. That's why 80 to 90% of any hobby is like people buying models, casual players and hobbyists, because they're like, wow, that model looks amazing. Such as Sorsha 3 here. I bet you more people own that model. Well, I mean, easily. Obviously, more people own it to just paint her than to play her. Space Marine Sorsha.
But it is a War
that's
Machine model.
Basically, exactly right.
So there are probably more unpainted versions of her floating around there than painted.
Steve says, DJ, I have the hardest time with blue Space Marines. I have found that in order for me to show any level of depth, I need to edge almost everything.
So he says become edgy.
Become edgelord your models. Now, do you have a specific style for, say, Tau?
For Tau? No.
Do they get any of the little anime edging, the way you would do that, what is that called?
Well, that question will be aimed at me.
She will be painting all of them.
I am tasked with painting his armies.
These Space Marines are just guinea pigs for stuff that's going to happen to the Necrons. That's why the green.
Which is
Aha.
funny because he's playing around with it, and I'm probably not going to use that stuff.
Yeah, but I can figure stuff out. You don't know. I might become a good painter.
You might discover something world changing.
He might learn something about
Going
himself.
to break the meta.
Break the
Oh
mold.
my
The
mind.
painting meta. It's a thing, right?
Yep.
So, I've been co-opting all my friends into playing Kill Team with me. Because it's fun.
Okay. So far, this is a total fail. These glow 0%.
Oh no. It's not like they're not getting charged with enough light either. Space Marine Sorsha is super awesome. Miranda, when Sisters of Battle come to Kill Team, you need to convert one of them for a Sorsha-led team. Well, that's an interesting thought.
It's an Adeptus Sorcius.
Adeptus Sorcius. There you go. That sounds legit. Hashtag dry brush. Dry brushing is like the next level, right? So like washing is, it takes technique to do it well, but generally speaking, the base on washing is very easy and attainable. Dry brushing takes a little bit more effort. I can finally dry brush with some reasonable amount of confidence, but I wouldn't say that's necessarily like level 1. Mandragora says, at DJ, the Protoss ones, I got a Predator promo in the mail by accident. I can't use for anything. Oh no.
Yep.
Steve, I despise Tau, so I don't have any advice. Disliked them since Dawn of War video game.
Oh, God.
So I don't know, burn them.
Burn them, put them on fire. What to do with Tau?
Everyone hates Tab.
I think dry brushing is the easiest way to paint. Huh. Would you say dry brushing is easier than washing?
I would.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't.
Washing isn't as easy as it seems.
What do you think, Flo?
I jumped into everything gung-ho and did it all at once. So, is anything harder than anything else? Well, it was all pretty difficult. It was just like, let's do this.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's close enough.
That's fair.
I'll get better as I go.
And that is the truth of the matter. You just keep painting and keep painting. You sort of figure stuff out, you know, like live streaming. Except, you know what's nice about painting? Is the rules for it don't change every week when you look at it again.
Not better, though.
No, not at all.
Hashtag no hard feelings.
Hashtag no hard feelings. Hashtag I don't hate you too. At DJ, I would the Alan King model. Huge fan of it. I even purchased the sideshow statue. Excellent details.
Yes. The Alien King looks sick.
So you're in agreement then?
Yeah. It's beautiful. I'll have to buy the game eventually. I'll probably buy all the models before I forget the game.
It happens. Yeah, 40k changes a lot. Yeah, but it doesn't require you to repaint your army.
There you go. There's something I was painting recently.
Not that recently. Alright, guys.
Kicking the table.
See if you can't
Need a better
identify what is in front of you. New challenge. It's not a completed model.
No.
We'll give you that. You must learn the painting skills of waifuing. Oh my gosh. No, Siobhan, you are a unique, you are basically the only one. There can only be one.
It's a popcorn machine. You got it.
Mandragora, if I ever send Miranda Cater or Sister's gift box, I'll be sure to include this Predator Jungle Hunter for you. Better than just sitting in a box forever. Aww. Norn Queen Alexa says Titan Arm. Reaver.
That is not a Forge World one. That is one I made. So
Titan Arm. A popcorn machine. A microwave. Turbo laser.
it's a refrigerator.
Not Heretic Titan. A really big gun. Is that a Forge World Dreadnought arm? Sorsha. Not Sorsha. Just got the new Space Marine Codex today, getting back to 40k maybe, trying to decide which chapter to finish painting first. Lots of old Marines from a couple editions ago. A cry for help to join Giant Robots Anonymous. Thank you, Twisted Bishop. I don't even need to read your name to know the type of comments you make anymore. Sassy man. Anyway, did you tell everybody?
So Alexis got it, but it is a Titan arm that I made. It is a Lucius pattern Reaver Titan arm.
None of that filthy Mars stuff.
I know.
Because of course, if you like one, you have to dislike the other.
That's
the
the way it
rule,
always
right?
works.
Important to
Only way you
have
can
pointless
do.
rivalries. Where would we be without them?
Not in the
Peaceful.
40k universe.
Arnold Schwarzenegger in True Lies, anyone? No. I know what this is. It's a water heater. Oh lord, I do not remember that movie. But Uncle
It's
Owen,
been-
I want to go to Toshi Station and pick up some power converters. What's happening in this chat? I was thinking Star Wars too.
It's the colors, but it's
Yeah.
the Legio Prasagius colors.
Pegasus. I've gotten pretty far, but now I really need to look up what these guys look like. Yeah, no. It's not too bad. 8:41. Oh no, we only have 45 more minutes of painting already. I've done so little.
I've done nothing.
You've put
You've
green on a model?
experimented.
Yes.
You did. That you did. What am I doing?
It's like when you
That
play
is something.
Axis and Allies, and you buy those additional dice to roll to see if you discover something new. DJ realizes he's discovered nothing new. That was an unsuccessful roll.
Well, it's like when you learn professions in World of Warcraft, and only sometimes when you complete one, you actually develop a new skill, a skill up. Just coming back. I'm literally taking a day off work next week to just play Warcraft all day. I'm doing it just like the beginning. Let's see here.
So he looks more like something new now.
Who?
Does that work?
Oh. He looks, well, covered in my paint. Now, heading to bed. Have a good night. Thanks, Steve, for hanging out. Hello, Miranda. All late joining.
dropping
Welcome,
by.
Brian. Welcome to the paint and chat. I'm just hanging out, chatting.
Crim 7 has come from the other stream.
I am so sorry. YouTube hates me so much. So much. And standard, maybe. There we go. There we go. Commandant. Oh, that is all red. That flag is red. We need to paint it.
More paint.
Heading out. Nice to touch base with y'all. Third paint session I've not missed in a row. Awesome, Andrew. Same here. I'm so happy. Steve, yeah, going to No Life Classic for a few dice as well. Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to remember all of the things, such as how slow it leveling is, such
Yeah.
as how bad you are at everything in the beginning. Loving the roundtable format, guys. The close-up can is nice. Good. Put something else there, though. Classic will be amazing. Yes, it will. Chronic Toast. So I think we just had the last of the snow melt off the mountains out here this week. I think we'll get snow at Valhalla this year. As far as I can tell, every year we've had one day where it snowed,
Yeah.
because I usually just sit at the window terrified that the minibus is going to have a hard time getting there. And it's fine. So, yeah, probably one day. Miranda, what server have you reserved on your tunes on? Well, what server indeed?
There's the Guile server, and then there's
Nice.
the Ost server,
I know.
and then there's what is it, Grubulus?
Is that the the RP one?
Yeah, RP PvP.
You're more excited about that than I am.
I am.
Maybe it'll be cool. So I hate leveling characters. I detest it. It's the worst. And so, of course, my friends go to two separate servers. So I'm reserved on the Fairbanks server as well as the Thalnos server. Yeah, Thalnos. Both PvP servers, so that'll be fun. Because if anybody's playing WoW now and you play Alliance, then you know PvP doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, there's There's a PvE mode and Horde mode.
And then, of course, Battlegrounds, but whatever.
He's Horde on Man Crick. Let me know if you find his wife.
But yeah. I'm on Horde on Man Crick. I'm on Skyrim.
Scarum. I don't recognize that one.
Yeah, I don't know that one. But yeah. The only game I'm more excited to play than Vermintide 2 right now is Classic WoW. And that'll probably last a week, and then I'll go back to Vermintide.
You're like,
so
realistically.
fun. It's just so freaking fun. I hate first-person shooters, and I love that
I
game.
do too. I wish it was third person.
No, but it's fine. It works.
What is that? You take that back.
It would not be the same in third person.
It would be better.
Have you played it?
Yeah, I have Vermintide.
Well, I don't know. It's not like you're online and playing. When I see
Actually, he sent you a friend request already.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I guess I know what I'm doing after the stream.
Ooh, Cyber Dragon says glad he could join one of these for a change.
Yay! Thank you. Are who all's working on painting models still?
Who? Us or the chat?
The chat.
I'm gonna say
You know, you're-
all of us.
Except for DJ. What are you
Not
doing?
me. You cannot.
That's not even a model. What are you doing?
I'm trying some stuff on a base,
Ah.
which is not really working either.
So
Let me
much.
get some of that brown right there.
That brown?
I think this one. Oh wait. Yes, I actually had one over here.
Wow.
This is the old one.
I tried to reserve the name White, but it was taken.
Wife. Good call.
Do you
Wow,
guys
we were
have a black
streaming
light?
Netflix, playing online, and doing a live stream
Tommy,
all at once.
Do you guys
oh
have
my
a black
gosh.
light?
Not that I'm aware
I
of.
don't think we do.
I do. But you'd have to go to my place.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's not happening.
Psh, whatever.
Oh, we'll just leave the stream. Go get a black light.
Well, I
We'll be back, guys.
now. Jeez.
Empty
That's the
room
point.
for
I need
45
it
minutes.
now to test this.
Indeed.
Because it's not gonna still exist after the stream.
No.
Oh, is that not a
Everyone
glow in
knows
the
once
dark?
the camera turns off, the stuff ceases to exist,
Wow.
and then it'll come back once we turn the camera back on.
It's like Schrodinger's stream.
Pretty much.
Vermintide is beyond awesome. I know. And now that they have the DLC out, Winds of Magic. Do you have DLC?
No.
Well. It's fun.
Well, makes you barely human,
I
doesn't it?
know. Basically no point in talking to you.
This is the best brush.
Oh my goodness.
It's good for just jamming, rust colors on.
Looks like a frightened cat.
Yeah, good.
Wow. Was inspired to continue work on Tech Priest Commander. Okay, nice.
You
Can't
inspired
decide-
somebody.
Yay!
Good job.
Can't decide on Warcry. I haven't gotten into AOS. So I saw Warcry get played on Monday because Kill Team wasn't happening, and no one told me. But the Warcry stuff looks pretty cool, and I was kind of hoping like maybe I could jump into it on the cheap because I was collecting all these Warhammer Undercity Underworld models, but no, like. Thorns of the Briar Queen have some overlap, but you still gotta buy models. Now, it's not bad, because what their 1,000-point lists, they've been upcosted from what they cost in Age of Sigmar proper, so I hear. And you have like 3 turns that you roam everything in, and it does seem to end quick. Like, it's a very decisive game. the way Shadespire or Nightvault, where you have 3 turns and that's it. That's actually kind of the same with Warcry, at least in the mission that I watched. And that was a 4-player mission, which was bananas, actually. It was very chaotic. But, so there's that.
By the way, the Chronic Toast wonders if there's any chance you'll try Guild Wars at all.
Guild Wars? No, probably not. Because that's the
Isn't
other
that what
MMORPG, right?
Which one's the one that you play? That Joel was all super into.
Black Desert Online?
Yeah, that's what it was, BDO.
Yeah,
Okay.
which I don't actually,
Guild
like,
Wars.
I sat down and played it for like 4 hours one day and then I got tired of it. And I didn't like the amount of playing that you do when you're not at your computer, which is weird. Cyber Dragon. I'm also a girl gamer. Nice to see more women getting into the hobby lately. Hey now, I've been here for a while.
How old's this channel?
We had our 7-year anniversary in March, but it is good to see. So I do see more on the hobby side though, for what it's worth. Like, and that's kind of always been the case. I wish I could paint just as good as everyone else here. Oh, don't worry, Berserker. I'm sure you're at least as good a painter as DJ.
Trust me, you need to have 0 experience to be a painter better than me.
No.
Was it on the old MMOs where like every time you died, you would lose XP, and so you could?
Yeah, that's right.
Is that roughly the
Yep.
the way
That's me.
that your painting goes?
I paint and I get worse at it every time.
How is that even possible? I guess just like that. You die when you paint. Basically that.
Though in reality, you start to paint, you're like, I don't like it, and you throw it in purpose.
Yes.
And you throw it
You
to
strip
the
it.
ground.
That's exactly how it works. If you don't like it, you strip it and start over. That's how you never
So he's
get
never-
any painted models.
Which is why I'm painting them.
Oh my gosh.
So what are you painting? You're painting Tao?
Right now?
No. For the DJ.
Everything. She's painting everything for me.
I was gonna say, it
You're not just
changes from day
finishing
to day.
one army?
No. You'd need to have a whole army built.
Do you not
Okay.
have a whole army built?
I have plenty of Tau together. Not primed, but they're together.
Like a list, or are you just building them as you like them? Like they're
No.
pretty, so
I basically go off of, I build a list and then I build the models for that list.
okay. Well, I mean that's fine. That's pretty normal, I think.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh yeah. Because I have a Storm Surge and Ghost Kills and all that stuff, but I've never used them in a list, so I've never built them.
Some weird fish name. Storm Gills.
Taunar Supremacy Armor.
Supremacy.
Did you say Taunar?
That's what it's called.
The
I think.
Eldar and the Taunar?
The Draknar. It takes some serious confidence to paint in this much public view. I'm like,
I just
there's some
paint.
models, guys. Now you know that anyone can start from anywhere. Here you go. We need to switch out our model. Give me something else.
Mm,
You can take this for right now.
Alright,
there you
He's not done, but
go. Swap out that thing.
he's way too.
you can take him off the.
Is it just the poster tag?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just blue stuff.
To be fair, he's the one who actually placed them on there.
I think you used actual gum.
Oh,
No.
no.
It looks like chewing gum.
Horrible. Anyway, there you go.
If you want them to stick and not come off.
I mean, that does do the job. Any hope for Riot Quest for you guys? Maybe?
Riot Quest does not look interesting to me at all.
If they come out with cards and rules for more of the existing model range. It only takes time. You may not feel it, but you're getting better. Aw, Paul's being encouraging.
Oh.
Oh no, that's to Berserker, not to you at
thanks.
all.
Thanks. Just crush my hopes.
Is Riot Quest the new thing from Privateer? Yes.
Patrick's saying, "Alrighty, dudes." He's heading up.
Oh, bye, Patrick. Thanks for hanging out. To answer Cyber Dragon, though, Riot Quest, yes, it's a new game that uses existing Privateer models in a arena sort of setting. So if you've played Arena Rex or Aristea, it seems like it's kind of along those lines. And thematically, if you have played, oh my gosh, that Blizzard game with heroes storming, Heroes of the Storm.
Oh my gosh.
It's in the Nexus, and they just have people from all the different properties come in and fight. That's kind of Riot Quest. Flo's painting is pretty awesome based on what I've seen.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so.
I've been painting for over 30 years with Cyber Dragon and still learning. One day you'll look back and think, wow, my first mini was terrible, but I'm so much better now. Yeah, I still have my first mini. She's still awful. That's when I came down to the idea of just like super limiting my colors. And I know not everybody has that philosophy, but for me, don't get happy with colors ever again. But yeah, 30 years of painting, that's awesome. And then
Do you ever use this brush?
Chronic Toast. Ooh, if it's like Arena Rex, it should be a blast. So I don't know about the gameplay
Dry brushing.
specifically. I couldn't speak to that, but it seems in that theme.
What were you going to do?
I don't know. Dry brush.
So Flo, do you remember the first miniature you painted? Ever?
It was a Lord of the Rings model.
Ah.
And my family was like, here, put paint on this. No primer or anything.
Oh. Well, you know.
So that went great.
Not always immediately obvious, maybe, depending. Your family they didn't know. They just didn't know. It's fine.
I think I was like 10, maybe 11 at the time.
Wow. Okay.
But, I mean, after that, it was like 15 more years before I started painting again.
You're like, I vaguely am aware of this concept.
So what you're saying is they commissioned you to paint a miniature, but in no way were respecting child labor laws.
Basically.
I mean, that's family, isn't it?
Yes. That's my personal experience of how it's like why you have kids as free labor. As the daughter of a landlord, I can tell you. Oh, what is this? What does the big crest look like? Okay, so that's gold and black and all that stuff. Cool. We need to get more of you red. There's never enough red you can put on these models. Oh my gosh. It's funny because I've been painting such tiny little like delicate skeletons lately that it's like the brush is too big and now I'm like, I need a 1/2-inch brush. Just start stippling. Paul, I actually really like your first mini colors, Miranda. Whatever, Paul. So,
Wasn't he being polite?
Paul, being such a sweet-natured person he is, sends me this miniature that he's painted. I think it's in the other room. And the miniature he painted had the same color theme as my first mini because I sent him a picture of what it first looked like. And I didn't even get the joke because it looked way better on his model. And yeah, but it was pretty awesome. I was trying to go for a fall theme on like a D&D Ranger model, Reaper miniature model. And yeah, it did not work. And then I was trying to like force shading and highlights and everything just looked like an awkward line. It was horrible. Like blending was well beyond me. So. Doc Ballant, awesome. Samuel, I started painting in the mid-90s, but took a 20-year break. It's fair. That happens.
Pretty close to what I did.
So tell me, when did you start painting? How old were you?
let's see, I had a friend in 7th grade or 9th grade. I think it was 9th grade. No, 7th grade. So I had a friend in 7th grade who showed me this place in town called Green Spray Books and Comics, where they sold these little packages of metal miniatures. And I was like, what are those? Those are super cool. And so I started using my lunch money and to buy those instead of buying lunch. Because, as a kid, I had no income source. And,
That's fair.
yeah, I had no idea what primer was.
Mm.
Woo.
Although, I was real clever. I discovered that on a little dwarf model that I was very proud of, I discovered that salt has a really cool texture. So you can just take some Elmer's glue, paint the base with it, and sprinkle salt on it. It looks really cool. Then you paint that, and you paint the whole guy up. And about a week later, you just have this like little rim that folds up around his feet. Because salt is not a good thing to use for a basing material, especially on plastic with Elmer's glue. I didn't know much about stuff.
Aw, that's so cute.
But I mean, kids.
Yeah, it was exciting.
When in doubt, just Tron theme your highlights out. Worked on my Gene Stealer calls. I'm sure it did. It's kind of awesome.
That only works if you play Synthwave every time you put them on the table.
It's been a few months since I've painted. You guys inspired me to sort out my painting supply boxes and text my painting buddy to paint again. That's awesome. See?
How inspirational you are, Miranda.
Getting gray models ungrayed. I like to think I'm inspiring. Yeah, maybe. Well, part of the thing that slows down just being able to play games, especially being able to record games, because I'm not going to put 40 hours into a battle pro with unpainted miniatures, is just getting them done. And so dedicating time is really nice. And so it's almost like going to the gym, where it's like if you have a gym buddy, it's generally a lot easier. If you have a painting buddy, it's a lot easier. Or if you have a stream that says, hey, we should be painting miniatures. Right? Well, it just keeps you sort of from being able to quietly hide from it and just put it off.
They hold you accountable.
Yes, that's the word. Accountable.
And if people want to learn to paint rusty stuff, you should get a pair of these thingies, the hemostats. Hemostat. And that way you can tear a little piece off of the packaging foam and stick it in there, and then use this as a little daubing thing. Because the weird little texture on it works really well for rust.
There you go. True painting technique skills now being shared.
Let's see. I've gone through.
I've been on the brushes since the 90s as well. Started about 12 with plain models and still have some 40K that's almost 25 years old now.
Wow, that's awesome.
Minis don't go bad, That was really cool.
They don't go bad, but they'll go out of style. Certain ones.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you played Space Marines, and you just keep those old metal beakies,
Oh,
put them back on the front lines.
Uh-huh.
It's my favorite. It's the Corvus armor. The
Mm.
Mark 6. It's my favorite. I love the little beaky helmets.
Speaking of Corvus, apparently that means crow. Corvus Cabal in Warcry, those models do look pretty neat in a spooky way.
I love horror miniatures.
Berserker, my first mini I purchased just a few months ago is a Forge World Conrad Kurz. I'm afraid to ruin it.
Yeah.
Working on some custodes my buddy don't need at the moment. See, there you go. Tommy, you're correct, sir. 3-2-1 rampage mode activated. Music kicks off. Tyler, seems like taking a long break from tabletop war games is pretty common. Yeah, I would say. I mean, there's plenty of people who have gone off because they went to school or they were working on their career or they got married and then they had to like slowly introduce the idea of gaming back into their lives and just kind of come back around to it after sort of a point in life. So, yeah.
I think my family just decided they didn't know what the heck they were doing, and so they got rid of all the models.
Oh. Well, it's interesting that they were into it at all. Like,
I think they were just into it because it was Lord of the Rings.
Well, and I think that got a lot of people in early on.
Well, I got Joey in.
Joey Berry was super into the Lord of the Rings models. And then later Wood Elves. I'm painting up G.I. Joe and Cobra miniatures.
Yes.
Lord Draconum, that's awesome.
I don't even know what game that they have a game for it, but that just sounds awesome.
Welcome back, Cyber Dragon. I have 2 Land Raider Crusaders that I paid $20 each for.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's impressive.
That is super cool. Uncle Adam's aging painters video is awesome. Perfect tip for guys like me. Aww.
Oh yeah, did you see Miranda's how to paint video?
Or just don't be salty about it, okay? And after the video, accuse me of trying to get your minis ruined. Yes, that video was useful. I like the magnifying glasses thingy he showed me. Some people get back into gaming when their kids get around 10, 12. Okay, that's a good point.
It's a good excuse for him is really all it is.
Cyber Dragon also has the original Harlequin and Squats models.
Nice.
That's fantastic. You should do you post pictures of them? Is there any place we can see pictures of those? Because you've got to have quite a collection at this point. Paul, my friend Andrew is playing Corvus in the store tonight. I learned a lot, but thankfully mentioned he will kill team next week. Cody, I'm working on the long con with getting my fiance into wargaming. Yes, I'm trying to get my son into War Machine. Alright. Squats were the space dwarves, right? Yes. And they sort of came back a little bit. GW kind of put some stuff out for them, didn't they? That was what that whole little promo video was.
Yeah, it was for one of their box games. But he was an actual squat dude.
That is blobby. It's so blobby. Too blobby. This water is super red.
Yeah.
Paint keeps kind of drying because I keep yapping. I mean, I don't feel bad about this, but plus I needed to wash it out a little bit so I could get into some of these creases and crevices. I have way too many models. It's a sickness. It's still probably better than illegal drugs. It's my theory anyway. There's less sadness involved. Old lady gamer. Well, good on you. That's awesome. I'm really genuinely curious to see your stuff though. Too many models. No such thing. Well, that's one of the things, right? So, alright, question to the audience. Now that we're kind of closing in, we're getting into the last half hour here of our stream. Do any of you in the chat subscribe to the idea that you don't play with unpainted models? Yes, no, and why? Now, I certainly have been guilty of not painting with fully painted models. However, I do dislike playing with fully unpainted models. Like, my standard is if it's base coat, it's good, spelled G-U-D, right? But
and if the base is done.
The base being done is super important. You can get away with so much just for having a model based. I will be using the G.I. Joe and Cobra in a game called Where Heroes Dare. G.I. Joe and Cobra minis were commission pieces. Nice. Hi, Miranda. Love the Kill Team Battle Report. Thank you. I try to play with painted models, but every once in a while I'll have one or two. Absolutely refuse to put unpainted models on the table. Alright, Samuel. One or two unpainted ones. So, see in a range. There's probably, I mean, it's hard because you kind of want to try out a new model, or you want to just get in a game. But it's so easy, right? To just do that to one model, and then you pick up another one, and before you know it, you've got a shame box of all sorts of boxes of unassembled, unpainted stuff.
You should do a video on it.
Don't say anything.
I don't have to say anything.
I don't think I would have ever played a game if I had that philosophy.
No?
No. I don't think I've ever played a game with a fully painted army.
Oh my gosh. So we've got varying points on the spectrum here tonight represented. DJ being the, you paint models?
I
always wondered why they didn't look like that in the box.
Yeah, I just throw them on the sprues there. I just throw that on the table. I'm like, let's go.
The rusties.
Let's see, Chronic Toast. I only play with unpainted models against small groups or friends trying out lists. For pickup games and tournament campaigns at the store, it has to be painted. Cyber Dragon. I don't like playing with unpainted. Sometimes it's unavoidable, but much prefer painted. Yeah, it's just a base coat and wash is enough to get by for a game or two. Illyrian. I don't like to play with unpainted models if it breaks immersion, but I won't kick up a fuss either against people. I only field my models if painted. Okay, that's a good rule. Dan, I refuse to play with painted models. Freaking War Machine players. Damn it, Dan.
Now, we know this is untrue. We have documented evidence
It's true. He does sort of paint.
of mostly painted miniatures.
It's true. It's true. Dan's a liar. I'm just gonna say. Lord Draconum. I try to have most of my figures painted before I play with them. Skull Goku. I need to get off my bed and get some painting done. I just find it really daunting to make a start. Just that initial start. After that, it kind of just falls into place. That's fair. It's sad. Reminds me so many great models on tables. Yeah. I'm more of an RP or casual wargamer, so there's that whole realism thing. I don't have to be in a rush to play with something because I play casual. That's fair. Tyler, I play pretty basic paint job. A couple colors and a wash is enough to keep me immersed. Yeah. Anyone painting tried Judgment yet? No. Paul, I play mine painted. Don't mind what my opponent does. Agree with Tyler. Don Forge, hey Andrew, how you doing?
Hey, Andrew's here.
Hey, is that a half-constructed Dalek in the back left wall?
Is it that?
That is a costume. You were there. That's
No, that was a different year. Wasn't it?
honestly don't remember.
The first year you guys hosted.
It's this armor.
Wow, it's really dark, but yes, that's armor. A liar and a cheat. That's true, Dan. Just so you know, anytime anybody asks if you're a better player than me, I just say you cheat. Painted models all the way. So drawn me to this amazing
And if he
hobby.
says he won, then he's a liar. That's how it goes.
Hashtag Miranda is a Dalek. My mom would be so proud if it turned out I was a Dalek. Literally her.
You're just literally a Dalek.
She would be so happy. She dressed my older brother as, like, when he was a tiny kid as a Dalek. What games you mostly play these days, Miranda? Hashtag Miranda's Dalek. It does sort of resemble a Dalek. Oh my gosh. So Warhammer Underworld, Kill Team are the main things, but for playing nights, we're still going to do Undercity, Company of Iron. I'd like to play War Machine again. It's weird though; they removed the elevation rule completely.
Yeah, it seems.
So I'm gonna have to reperuse the rule book and make sure I know how to play with the current rule set, because it's easy to remember old rules. Good, I wasn't the only one. I think it was just the orbs and pointy top. Oh yeah, because the armor rack was made by you.
Yes. I made the armor rack.
15 minutes, folks. Anything else you want to show off? Give me.
No, he looks exactly the same as that one.
Weird gummy.
Here you go. You can show the rust.
Alright, let's show off some rust effects.
I have nothing painted but the rust on that model.
It's rust only. Yep, no hills, no randomized shots if you miss firing into melee. Oh, there you go. Exterminate. So I watched the old Doctor Who with my mom, and then I never watched the new show. Yeah. Isn't
Yes.
the thing that turns me off to a show pretty much right away is when I realize it has more than 3 seasons.
What? How
Yes.
do you binge watch anything?
I
She
avoid
doesn't?
it if at all possible. I watch movies instead of TV because TV does want to devour my life. Even when we watched The Boys, we sat and watched it for like 7 hours straight. It was a painful experience. Like, obviously we did it to ourselves. But, oh my gosh. I don't want to do that. Even a long movie's still going to be like maybe 3 hours of your life. So, anyway.
So would anyone in the chat watch us if we sat around watching like bad movies, all Red Letter Media style?
Oh, jeez. Bad movies?
Is that something? Well, because good movies, you don't want to like
Ruin?
constantly like yap about them during the movie. You want to just be quiet and pay attention.
But we should totally find Pandemonium and do it. Because I
Well, we
couldn't
could-
find it on there.
I say we could do the entire Neil Breen oeuvre.
Oof. We could definitely do that. Flo's got a good collection of movies. What was the wax ones?
Waxwork?
Wax.
Oh,
I love waxwork.
Still need a poster made out of that shot.
We do need a good
Yes.
Halloween special, though. We need to figure that out.
Oh yeah. All right, everybody, quick brainstorm. What are we doing for Halloween? What's the Halloween special?
Well, Arkham Horror is still on the table.
We have Arkham Horror. We've got Mansions of Madness. We've got the new Arkham Horror.
With more mansions and more madness. Cyber Dragon, Miranda, I just want to say that I love your battle reports. You do the very best battle report narration. They're so high quality. What did I do? Whoops.
So I think the only community we've seen are just the highlight ones, like the paintball episodes. Of course, the D&D episode, which is the
Hold,
best
please.
D&D episode of anything ever.
Yes, that was amazing. Anyway, thank you, Cyber Dragon. I have to go fix something because I broke Paul.
You broke Paul.
I broke him! Don't even understand. There you go. Apparently I wasn't allowed to let him be a moderator.
No.
Miranda, you should come to Warfare Weekend in November. It's in Missouri. That's so far away.
What is Warfare Weekend?
It's a weekend in November. It's a weekend to remember. Ever watch Babylon 5?
I think I've seen the least
Paul's
shows
name
I've
is
ever
Blue again. It has a
Yeah.
little wrench next to it.
I fixed it.
Okay.
Grimkin versus Infernals. Now that would be thematic.
Ooh, that would be pretty cool.
That would be super cool. Sorry, Paul. Touchscreens are not my friend. Technology is not my friend. Alright, so we've got some red dude. He's,
Red Dude.
well, and I need to.
It's Red Dude Redemption.
There you go. There's so many little crevices to get into. This is where watering down your paints is very useful.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, look at that coverage. So
Can I see the
good.
brushes?
Light sheen of red. Whew. John for chats. Let's see if my 40k lore learning is right. Orcs have power that if they believe something works, then it does. So Rush shouldn't do anything to the gear of the faithful, right? It may even improve it by that standard. But yes, you're completely right.
Yeah, they pretty much. That if they paint something red, then it goes faster than other things. If they paint things blue, then they're luckier. Like, it's just, and it actually works. And apparently, my understanding is that when the Imperium gets a hold of orc technology, it's just a lump, and they can't figure out why it works.
With the exception of Yarick's arm.
Mm-hmm. But I think Yarick's arm works because the orcs all respect him and think that he has a big grabbing claw like the rest of them. So I think it works because the orcs think it works.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think so. And it's just because he's present in their mind. Because they probably forget about the technology once they've wandered away from it, which is why it wouldn't work anymore for anyone else.
Now, there is a theory out there.
That the Emperor is only alive because...
Well, all orcs, for some reason, know about the Emperor. They understand that the Emperor is the human god. And they respect him greatly because he's like this mean old warlord. And so there's the theory that the only reason that like decaying corpse is still alive is because the orcs believe it is. I like that theory. The Emperor's like, I don't know how I'm doing this either.
Maybe. I mean, the Emperor might just take what he can get, you know?
I feel like that's probably the motto of the 41st millennium.
Yes.
Just take what you can get.
And all else is heresy. That's the other thing. Gotta make sure to put both of the thoughts together.
It's true.
And burn the heretics. You know, whatever. All of the things. Oh my gosh, so much red.
And then do you suffer not the witch to live?
I have no power. Oh, there it's back. Yes, sorry, Paul. I'm sorry. Whatever for Halloween, I shall mod. Let's see here. Arkham Horror with painted minis, Grimkin versus Infernals, which is a really great idea.
I think Tyler Miller figured it out. Ultramarines always win, not because they have plot armor, but because the orcs think blue is lucky.
There you go.
That's it. I think you got it.
Any of you use washes or inks at all? Washes, yes. Inks, do you use inks, Flo?
Not yet, but he bought some, so I guess I will.
Oh my god, that theory, yes. No, stop. Yes, Tyler's totally onto that. Dan, common misconceptions. Orc have advanced technology that the Imperium doesn't understand. Orcs that are talented at speed gravitate toward the color red, etc. Have any of you guys read Old Earth? They reveal a bit about the Golden Throne. Let's just say Abaddon can't win. Alright. Don't be surprised if you find a space marine waiting at your home to punish you, though. I stole that joke from one of the Facebook orc groups. Oh, nice, Tyler.
It was worth stealing.
I thought Magnus or something worked up the Golden Throne. Oh, no, now we're getting into lore stuff. I don't know that stuff. If Luton hasn't told me, then I don't know it. Alright.
Which, by the way, if any of you are interested in lore stuff, if you haven't been watching the Luton 09 videos, they're really good.
Oh, my.
Highly suggest them.
Yeah, I've mentioned it before. Like, a lot of the people in the chat are pretty familiar with Luton's stuff because he is, well, amazing. So.
He is a thoroughly researched lore guy.
I know.
And then also Remelays.
Mm-hmm.
He has really good lore videos too.
Both British, so pleasant to listen to.
And obviously knowledgeable about 40k.
Obviously.
You have to be British
yeah,
to
you
know
can't even
things
be.
about.
You're not even allowed to keep your accent if you don't already know 40k lore.
There was a time when I was a kid I thought that everyone in Britain like knew what 40k was.
Aww.
It has a certain logic to it.
That's charming and kind of like, I hope you didn't get picked on kind of way.
Have you guys ever seen I can't remember what the YouTube thing is, but if the Emperor gets like a speech to text device.
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Yes.
It was freaking hilarious. I loved it.
Is that Alphabusa?
Yes.
Yeah, he's got a huge channel for that stuff, and obviously people are big fans of it. Oh my gosh, there's so much more red. I may never get into the hobby, but boy, the lore is fantastic. Oh, it is. And Andrew, also, there's going to be a TV show for the 40k lore as well. Eisenhorn has gotten greenlit, so you will even be able to watch it on the television. Not to mention,
It's the orcs that made that
you do
possible.
have a child or two, and so there is a cartoon now.
There's children's books too.
And
In
children's
fact,
books.
one of the children, well, so there's two of them that are children's books, and they have the audiobook version, and the 40K one, which is between Space Marines and Necrons, is read by the doctor.
David Tennant.
Yeah.
Yeah, David Tennant reads one of the freaking kids' book audiobooks. It's kind of amazing. Probably.
Yeah, I just discovered that the other day. So
I played one
I'm probably
game
going to get it.
40K.
It's only $15, and I want David Tennant to read 40K to me.
Andrew said I've played one game of 40K and I've watched 40 hours of Luton. It's a good ratio. The lore is fun by itself. I'm on book 14 of Horus Heresy. My goodness, Cyber Dragon. And there's just so much more. I tend to like the magic Greece interpretation. Oh wow. Renlice has a much better accent than me. Oh, Paul, you're fine. 3 mech guns down, 2 to go. Already got my grot tanks finished. Nice, Karen.
Nice. I look forward to making some of those.
Cyber Dragon, I love the War Machine lore as well. You know, the War Machine lore is some of the most underappreciated lore out there, I would argue.
I
It is.
agree.
It is really genuinely interesting when you start looking at the history of the little towns and just like the ancient history and the astrological history. And
But yeah, like the cosmology of it's pretty good. It's pretty well thought out.
yeah, exactly. It is super well thought out, and so yeah, War Machine lore, huge fan. I'm gonna bully out your guy and change him out for my guy.
Feel free. I was just putting a little placeholder.
That's how much red I got on my dude. There we go. That much red.
He's a Kador.
Can't wait for the Eisenhorn series. Have any of you ever used Army Painter products? I don't think so. Do we have any Army Painter? We
It's
don't.
an
right?
Army Painter product.
It's a painting paint.
So,
You know.
Army Painter, that's the spray, right? The base coat spray cans? I mean, that's what your dudes are. That blue, that's a Army Painter blue.
No, this is the
Citadel?
Ultramarines blue from Citadel.
I swear those cans say Army Painter on them.
Yeah.
I don't know what Army Painter is then.
Mm.
They have a bunch of stuff. They have like little terrain things, the grass basing stuff, little rocks.
The green on that orc is cool. What paint did you use?
Here you go. It is Americana Festive Green.
Let's see this here.
I chose it because, well, orcs are quite festive.
This is hilarious. Give me a turntable and now. You have to wait 1 minute to see what the text says. JW, I just made it. Was playing D&D with the family. Oh, that's awesome. We were just painting and hanging out. Basically what my stream says. I just started Audible. If any of you are time-poor readers, I listened to the new St. Celestine book. Yeah, that's definitely a good way to catch up on the lore. Chronic Toast. Wargamergirl, is it true that the War Machine lore matches well with the box art of the game Scythe? So Scythe, how would you describe the difference between like steampunk and like diesel punk? Because Scythe has a more like dreamy kind of look to
So
it.
diesel punk is, I mean, it's all based around internal combustion engine technology, right? And so you think about roughly, I mean, even Mad Max is kind of diesel punk, but if you think roughly like World War II technology, then that's like where you're there. But then, the same way steampunk technology, where you're making robots out of steam-powered things.
Yeah.
Diesel punk is, things run on motors and engines and stuff like that, and the timeline's a little further down. But then you're doing like fantastic things with that that are you don't typically do.
Okay, that makes sense. And so, now they did match a lot of the lore originally. I think they got away from that a bit in Mark III and even possibly later Mark II, where rule sets started kind of trumping things. But I mean, Mechanica blades are a thing in the lore, and how power armor works is a thing in the lore, and you do see those represented on the models. All the reds. There are some good War Machine books on Audible too. Yes, there are. Different VOV. Can't recall the author. British narrator is awesome. Yeah, I definitely need to look at those. Army Painter is associated with Warlord Games. Product is good. So, I don't think we've used it at all.
I don't know that I have.
Tyler, yeah, I listen to most Warhammer books on Audible unless it's something I want to take notes from. Cyber Dragon. Yeah, I do the same. It's great for the hobby. Yes, and listening to an audiobook or any of the audio stuff while you're painting is genuinely pretty nice too. If you have to be alone, then that's the way to do it.
I can't do audio.
I say listening to Wargamergirl videos is probably the best way to do it.
I won't pay attention to them at all. The next thing I know, I'm like 5 chapters in and I didn't hear a single word.
Oh, fair enough. What about like explaining things, like lore videos where they're talking about moments in time?
If I'm doing something else,
You're totally focused on it.
yes.
Oh, okay, there you go. There you go. Once upon a time, there was this lady named Slanesh, and now she really liked to give people hugs and taught many people how to give great hugs. Soon people started hugging too much. Thank you, Andrew. He is a champion storyteller, so, you know, you can imagine where this goes.
That's the children's book version.
The children's book.
The Keeper of Hugs.
I've always thought
Although
that
I
gym
guess-
stealers give great hugs. Take photos for work at sports games.
So I guess
can
it
nice
could
to
be
put on headphones.
The
So-
Cautionary Tale of Slanesh, the keeper of our little secrets.
No, that's
It's
horrible.
like the after-school special version.
No. Right, so it's after 9:30. Getting a little late.
So we're doing the new podcast, Wargamergirl After Dark. So we talk about adult subjects.
No, I'm not an adult.
We talk about movies with gore in them.
Listening to Miranda play Dawn of War works well during painting. Listening to Miranda get mad at Dawn of War. Why do you have to set up all these stupid build orders? Whining. The Forge of Mars Omnibus is a trilogy. Okay. Time to go watch Star Trek with my son. A nightly ritual for now. Aw, Cyber Dragon's awesome. Thanks so much for hanging out.
Wait, which Star Trek? It's very important.
Oh no. Yes, which one? Although we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. So, guys, any final thoughts? Any whatever? How'd your painting go tonight? You have some festive green on these orcs.
I have very festive orcs, which is, well, redundant. But
And
I'm
Fluff.
happy
I've
with-
almost got 2 army dudes done.
Nice.
well, so far I've got the 2 important colors. I have 50% fungus and 50% tetanus.
There you go. Voyager.
That's how you make orcs. Voyager was good. I liked it.
I really enjoyed Voyager. Is it Wargamergirl After Dark? It's just a snore track, isn't it? It's like
Yes. So,
they know
fun
me
fact.
so well.
Miranda set in for a 24-hour stream for Media Glitch,
I was
Where?
technically there.
where if you watch during most of the video, if you look in between me and Joel and like the various other people that came in and out, you can see Miranda perched on the couch, asleep, like behind us against the back wall.
I was there, so it counted. Actually, Cyber Dragons were watching the original, but they're going to go through all of them, so it's quite a history.
Cool.
It's very
Then they got their work cut out for them. It's a lot of show.
Dan painted armor on 9 precursor knights. Well,
What?
that's awfully fast, sir.
Is that coming to Valhalla?
Are you bringing precursor knights to Valhalla, Dan? Dan, tell me. I need to, just know this for no reason.
She needs to tell a friend.
Alright, guys. So, we made some progress. I have a little bit of red on my Kador. Dude.
I have more paint on models than I did before we started.
Hey,
Success.
even a small step forward is a step forward.
Mhm.
So,
And
Yes,
besides,
yes.
the cops are coming for us all.
wow.
There's like
that's
a bunch of
probably-
them.
They're, yeah, well, it's Albuquerque, so who knows? Shall see you next time. Thank you, people. Have a great night. Oh, yes, he is bringing, most likely. So, say
Excellent.
goodnight, everybody.
Nice.
Thanks for hanging out.
Good night. Thanks for stopping by, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Good night.